Welcome back, everyone, to Pub Draw. This is a draw-along show where I, Marisha Ray, the student, learn how to draw with our wonderful teacher, Babs Tarr.
It's me.
Yay. Today we have a very glorious guest, the one, the only, the Matthew Mercer.
Hi guys, thanks for having me. I'm happy to be here.
Thanks for coming on.
Yeah, hell yeah.
It's very exciting.
Yeah, you're here for our finale, because this is our last episode of the season, you guys.
Yay!
Yeah.
I'm glad I managed to squeak in under the wire. So this makes me happy.
Yeah, we let you in, Matt.
I appreciate that, I really do.
It's a tight list, but...
Yeah, you were, glad we considered you.
Me too. Me too.
So far, you guys have been drawing along with us with the goal for all of us to draw our own unique D&D characters. And the lesson for today is drawing Gilmore with Matt.
My boy.
But of course, before we get into today's lesson, a reminder that this episode and every episode of Pub Draw is brought to you by our fantastic sponsor, Wacom. Wacom is offering a special limited time deal for the Pub Draw audience, a little finale gift. With your purchase of a Cintiq 16, Wacom will include an adjustable stand for free, and those things are like 80 bucks. So all you have to do is head to the US Wacom store, add both items to your cart, and put in the special code in the billing information page. This offer is only for the Pub Draw audience and is limited to the first 48 hours from the release of this show, both here on Twitch and on YouTube. And Wacom also has a really great sale going on right now where their Intuos and Intuos Pro products, for the entire month of April, they have discounts on those ranging from anywhere from $10 to $100. So you can find out more information and links either in the chat right now or in the description box below.
It's a mighty fine deal.
Yeah, so if you've been like debating about it, if you went through this whole season and you're like, yeah, you know what, I think I will get one of those Intuoses, then there's deals on them right now. As always, a big thank you to Wacom for all of their support. We appreciate it. And of course, last week, we told you how to submit your drawing for a chance to win a Cintiq 16. Now, we had to pre-tape this episode because Babs is currently on a plane as we speak, going to New Zealand for a con.
Oh, it's gonna be great.
Armageddon Con, or Armageddon Expo.
Armageddon
We've been to
Expo.
Armageddon before, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, we were there years back. It's a lot of fun.
So because of that, I'm going to throw to future Marisha to announce the winner. Hey, future me, how you doing?
Babs Marisha, is that you? I don't know when I am or where I am. I saw a wheel, and I'm trying to survive. But I do know, because I've seen so much, the winner of this week's Pub Draw. And his name is Ethan White. Let's take a look. Look at that shading. Look at that good use of shadows. Just like the darkness of all of time itself. Babs. Babs. I don't think I'm ever coming back to you. I love you. Back to you, past Babs and past Marisha.
Thanks, future me. Stay tuned because later in the episode, we will be doing a giveaway in chat of a Wacom Intuos and telling you how to submit your drawing for a chance to win your very own Intuos Pro. But for now, we draw.
Yes.
All right.
Give me that gloriousness.
Yeah, we're gonna do Gilmore today per Matt's request.
My boy.
Your boy. So I pulled a couple, we got some reference pictures we're working with today, so we could do my computer. Okay, that's a secret one. We're gonna show that one in a second.
Whoops.
So we got, for kind of costuming, y'all's official artist for this season, Ariana Orner, had this great Gilmore, and she was nice enough to let us use it. So I love his costume, and I think we'll kind of use that as some inspiration today.
I love his hairline.
That
she did. That kind of.
It kind of dips down,
Yeah,
and then the texture. Cool. Anyway, she's so talented.
She's so good.
And generous for letting us kind of like take some inspiration from this picture.
Thank you, Ariana.
Thank you. And I've got her little Twitter handle down there, so you guys should definitely check her out if you're not haven't already. And then we did a little mini Matt photo shoot. Doing some Gilmore poses. So we got to choose from some of these lovely boys here. But this is the one. This is the one.
the
Welcome
most
to
Gilmore
my
as.
shop.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Welcome, friends.
Which I think is hilarious because I did this Gilmore before you did that pose today, and like that was his. That was his pose. Which
I mean,
I know he's entirely too ripped. I have like hence corrected this. But
I
this
love
is my
his,
original
like,
sketch.
Come with me.
Yeah.
Stance.
Yeah, you know.
I'm gonna take you on a magic carpet ride.
Yeah, that's right.
take one on a few different rides.
So yeah, I'm excited. So I've got my 2 reference pictures off to the side we'll use.
Alrighty.
And we'll just get into it. So the guys I was kind of going over with them, our Loomis method that we've been doing.
Right.
But I think we're just gonna go a little bit faster and kind of shortcut it a little bit today.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna draw how I would attempt it, and then I'll move a little slower and explain it a little more thoroughly. Marisha kind of queued hers up already, which is looking so good. And then
Started on that hairline.
Matt also had to practice one, but he's gonna draw with me.
I'm gonna
'cause
draw with
actually,
you.
Matt's crazy good, you guys.
That's not true. Stop this. Stop this.
Matt, I'm like, he should be teaching me really on this show.
I am like 20 years out of practice, guys. Don't listen to anything they're saying.
You drew like such a good Wolverine earlier today.
Oh well, okay. I'll say that was pretty decent. But no, I'm very out of practice. I'm here to learn.
Where was your Wolverine? Did I miss this?
We'll show you after the episode. Yeah.
later.
Damn it.
All right, so I've got my hard round I'm gonna use. It's a default Photoshop brush. I've got the layer kind of lightened so it can be like a sketch.
Nice.
Yeah, okay. And I kind of wanted to add your hands. So people at home, that might be hard for some of y'all because we kind of glossed over that / didn't really get into it too hard.
This is cray.
But
this is a
also,
lot.
feel free to crop in.
Yeah.
And people at home, if this is what Marisha's gonna do,
Yeah.
let's not kill ourselves. We're here to have fun. This is for fun. So if you
I'm gonna do the hands.
do the hands.
I'm gonna do the
If
hands.
you're feeling ambitious, do the hands. If you're not feeling
bad.
ambitious, this is your window. This is where you're gonna live.
All right.
Okay, so I'm gonna try to do the hands too.
Okay. All right.
And
get
keep
in.
a scrap sheet out for you, just in case.
I will do that. Just in case I need to.
Just in case,
Take
just
a
in
break.
case.
They're good.
Or like you're
really
using
nauseous.
new tools and stuff, so like you
Yeah.
might want to make some marks on the side.
That's true. That's true.
That's just a good rule of thumb sometimes. Okay, so I'm gonna get rid of that window.
Alrighty.
So when I'm like having to do an illustration where I have to like consider hands or like the whole more of the body or whatever, I try to get all of the landmarks in right away. So like I'm gonna sketch out his head, shoulders, the hands, and like kind of get the top to the bottom here of his
Right.
like torso and head. So here's me. I'm gonna just lightly guess. So why is that purple? Okay. So we've got a head. So I do this like skeleton number.
Already off to a good start.
His head seems so small, but I guess it makes sense.
Yeah, because I want the hands in the picture, and I have
Can we
those.
get a little bit more side by side of Matt or reference?
Here, I'll move this over too, so you can get that whole hand. So I kind of do these like lines for fingers just to get the kind of the feeling.
Oh my
The elbow.
Oh my gosh, a hand just appeared.
I'm going a little bit out of my border, but I'm digital, so I can get away with that. So like I kind of do, you want to do I do a square for the palm and then like lines for the main fingers, and then I just like build around that. So you can't really go too wrong, especially when you're working from a reference picture. And then I've got that hand kind of is up a little higher, so I'm gonna move mine up a little higher. So what made me move that is I was noticing that the real estate from his shoulder to his hand is, the real estate from his like, what's that volume thing? That's on the TV. The real estate from his shoulder to his hand was a little bit longer than what I had, so I moved that hand up.
Gotcha. Whoever that guy is.
Whoever that guy is.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So Gilmore, I had done that ripped Gilmore, but then one of my friends had pointed out to me that actually he's kind of, how did you describe him? It was like, do you remember?
From the very beginning, he's a softer boy.
Yeah, he's not ripped. I forget what the exact words were. Yeah. He's built in places. He's got muscles, but he's also enjoyed the fruits of his labors. He's lived his best life. Lived his best life. Yeah. That's a great way to describe. So I'm kind of like considering some softness here on that chest, and then the neck, and then the head and stuff. So I'm going to get that chin in because it's like so prominent on this matte photo. And then I'm just kind of correcting my head as I go.
I'm spending an exuberant amount of time on these eyebrows.
Okay. I love our chill 420 Blaze It music. That was like what the playlist is called. I didn't find that out till a few episodes ago.
Is it really?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Okay. So I'm gonna... So yeah, you saw I kind of had the head too small, and I just like wasn't stressing about it because I wanted to get the rest of that body in before I figured all that out. So there it is, there's our pose.
It's enough for me to start on.
Yeah.
Enough.
Yeah, that's great.
Get a structure to build on.
Okay. Yeah. I know, I do that a lot at home. I don't know about you guys when you're drawing, like sometimes it just, when you do that
pose, it's constantly, especially if you have like a mirror in front of you to look at the...
Yeah, like it just, I don't know, you get a better idea of where the tension is and like what to kind of exaggerate and stuff.
Well, there's no better training study than, your actual self when it comes to your body.
Yeah, totally. Okay, so there's our under sketch. I'm gonna move them up some. Okay. I'm gonna do my Gilmore with his chest out.
Oh yeah, no, totally.
Which I know Ariana's is in this like beautiful decorated outfit, but I'm gonna put him in like a robe because I want to do Gilmore's hair and chest like very badly.
Go for it. I'll do Moriana's style.
Okay, that sounds good. But you guys, like his costuming is so in my heart, and the way you describe it or painted it in my head is so flamboyant and probably like bright and colorful and patterns and rich, and you guys could really lean into that when you're doing your own like Gilmore at home. Ding, 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 ding. Pew. Pew, pew, pew. Pew. Pew, 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 pew. Me and must have fixed the table because usually that would be shaking. That would be an earthquake. No, when
Previous
Sam and
episodes,
stuff was
yeah,
on, it was like, were you watching the other one?
Yeah, watch some. I can support you guys. And learn a couple things because once again, remind you how to fucking
We're
practice.
gonna get you on.
It's eventually gonna happen.
So yeah, I'm just kind of like making up a cool robe with some big fun sleeves.
Ooh.
Okay. So I'll zoom in on the head and spend a little time so that you guys doing the close-ups. Let's see, we've got a fun. This is kind of like the head I taught you guys in the beginning. I've got going on here. So we've got kind of a eyebrow up and an eyebrow down. Do you have those sassy eyebrows? Because that is going to be essential.
Yeah, well, kind of. I was trying to go for that upturn thing.
Yeah. Well, if you want to sass them out some, you could have the nose end here and draw an eyebrow lower.
So kind of go right. So this comes down a little bit.
Yeah. Because I really want that expression. It's so fun. Oh, yeah.
And then, two pointed, I think.
This chin not quite as angular as mine.
And that's totally cool. You guys can definitely interpret, like the beauty of D&D. I feel like
I have to readjust the PTC.
and not having like official looks and like movies and stuff. You guys can like take some liberties on what they look like to you.
So let's see, this goes like, this one's just kind of like, just kind of going more kind of just straighten off.
Yeah, and you can see Matt's is lower and just like kind of straight, and then yeah, it's pretty good. Oh, his little hair.
Let's see.
I love this so much already.
You're Gilmore.
Yeah. I have this like pose is so good. The picture we took of Matt already is so good. I might exaggerate this a little bit more in real life because I'm doing this like I'm gonna do like a cartoonier one, so.
Man. It's the only thing that I miss when not having digital.
Do you need
'cause
your
I'm
fat eraser or
like-
anything?
No, I feel.
Oh, it's looking good.
I just was like, well, maybe it could have been a little bit bigger, but I guess, hang on, I'm fixing it.
I don't think it's too off, to be honest.
No?
Yeah, I think you're doubting yourself.
Okay.
Yeah, Matt.
What?
Looking good. If you want to get that expression a little bit stronger, you know, you've got the eye kind of almost showing that whole circle. but your lids are covering a lot of that.
That's true, yeah.
So like maybe, like if that whole eye was showing, it's like actually it's pretty lidded and covered, which is like giving you that kind of like sassy squint he's got going on right now.
That sassy squint.
Slowly but surely.
Oh, congrats on your final stretch goal, guys.
Oh my God, thank you.
It's insane.
It's insane.
I was like,
Critters, man.
I knew it was gonna happen, but I thought it was gonna be like the final weeks or whatever, but no, 2 weeks early.
So crazy.
It's mine. Yeah. That's fun, you drew your NPCs. I don't think I've heard of that often. I know people always draw their party and stuff, but that's cool to draw your NPCs. Matt was telling me he had a sketchbook that had, like back in the day, that had all his like non-playable characters and stuff written in it, and like dungeon maps and stuff. My game right now, I'm playing my friend I went to art school with, he hand drew the map and it's in like Roll20, and so we're playing it like.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's great.
Yeah, and like it's neat. It has all these like digital tools you can use. So like, I'm not sponsored by Roll20. It's just cool to use to play online where you can hide the map and slowly reveal it and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Gets his eyebrow that's messing with me. Just need to bring it down more, I think.
Yeah, or like take a second and like sometimes when we're thinking about, we mix up, like when we have a reference picture, you mix up what you think an eyebrow should look like versus like the actual shape of what it's doing like on this photo.
Right.
So like what we got going on like Matt right now is kind of like that's kind of the shape, Marisha.
Right.
So if that helps you figure out what you've got going on over there. So yeah, like sometimes you have in your head like, okay, eyeballs always look like this, and then you go in default mode. But when you're struggling, it doesn't look quite right. You might want to take a step back and be like, okay, what is the shape I'm seeing right now? And then that'll usually kind of help you break through getting it correct.
What was that shape again? Can you do that again? There we go, there we go, there we go. So it's kind of got like this angle that's kind of being the bridge itself.
Yeah.
And then you got.
I think you're missing this arch over here. Yeah. You got to do this.
And then.
I'll move them over here. Oops, that's on this file.
And then this can get fixed.
So I'm kind of playing around with expression right now.
And that feels better already.
I think it's good to have a reference photo, but I think it's also good for you guys to kind of like, if it's not quite getting there, to kind of put it to the side and be like, you know what, that's like there to help me when I need it, but I don't need to like follow it religiously, especially since we're not doing a portrait of Matt. We're using like his pose and expression as inspiration for like, what we're drawing Gilmore. So we're gonna do a goatee. I'm gonna give my Gilmore a goatee. And Ariana's got this beautiful I know.
So intensive on this one.
I feel like I'm usually wrangling the guests. Matt's being such a good boy.
All right, I'm intense. I'm like super.
No, it's really good.
I'm not an entertaining
Usually
person.
everyone's like,
watch draw.
drawing, I'm bad at it. It's like, just like I'm wrangling them the whole time.
Fair enough.
Did you get that eyebrow? Yeah.
So, yeah.
I think you could even taper it even more like
on this side.
like this, like pinch this right here. Oh, the other way. Go.
The other way.
Yeah, pinch it up higher.
This way?
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
You see what I'm saying? You
I
want to
do.
like get those too. Okay.
Pinch it up higher.
Matt, tell us about your drawing history, because I didn't really know until.
Once upon a time, I was a very quiet kid with a sketchbook for most of my youth, and so I grew up reading comics and cartoons and the whole deal, and I really enjoyed art as an escape to just draw and create things and creatures, especially.
It's so fun. Oh, creatures.
Creatures, I did a lot of portraits. The human expression has always been something very fascinating to me.
Yeah.
So I love expressions in people's faces. Most of my sketchbooks were studies of people's, faces and reactions. And I did a lot of people watching a lot of sketches I would make.
I was gonna ask, like, did you go to like cafes and just like, or whatever where you just draw your classmates and stuff?
Classmates and that kind of deal. And just, I really enjoyed art, but the more I got closer and closer to the possibility of making a career out of it, the more I began to think less and less of my capabilities and compare myself to other artists.
Yeah.
And I saw other people my age and younger that had perceived, from my perspective, far more talent than I had.
Yeah.
And I was like, I cannot be competitive in this field. I will
Yeah.
spend all this money in college and then go out there and then be crushed by all these other people.
No.
And I know, and I wasn't sure about it, and so I pulled out of it. And
Everyone who's like watching and feels like your drawings aren't what they are, like you might turn out okay still. Cause like look
True.
at the path you found beside it, right?
yeah, and I'm so thankful. I wouldn't change a thing for it, but I do miss drawing genuinely. I just don't have the time these days. But back in the day, all my drawings, all my sketches, essentially, at a certain point, became just NPCs of mine and campaigns that I was running, and sketchbooks for designs of cosplay costumes I was designing, how they'd come together and how I would build them, and
Whoa, really?
that kind of thing. Yeah. So it was kind of what it became after a while.
Yeah. So you were thinking about art school.
I was, yeah.
So where did you go instead, or how did you get into acting and all that other stuff?
I didn't say
Sorry,
where
if you don't mind if
Oh
I
no, not at all. After not going to art school, I didn't know what to do and needed to help support my folks, so got a job, and so I never went back to school. In some ways, I'm sad I didn't, and in some ways, I'm appreciative that I didn't.
I know, but I'm
for the
still
debt.
paying off student loans, so
That's
you're
the
probably
thing.
doing
All
okay.
my friends that are like, I went to school. Some of them became such an important part of the career. Some of them not so much. And I just look back and I'm like, at the very least, I'm not in neck deep student loans.
Yeah.
School doesn't necessarily teach drive. So
No, it doesn't. I was telling people asking that question sometimes, I'm like, it really depends on the person. But there's so many resources out there now, you could probably get away without it. But I liked it because it kind of pushed me to do some stuff like, I don't know if I would have pushed myself to do, like, I found out I loved hand lettering and like sculpture and like things that, starter classes they require you to take before you like pick your major and stuff.
Yeah, totally. So I'm sad I missed the college experience after growing up watching so many movies about, college, it's crazy, it's parties, and you get to find out who you are, and I didn't get any of that. But that's okay.
Yeah, I never, in art school, I don't know if you would have gotten that either, though, to be honest, because like there was no Greek houses, and like everyone was so busy and stressed out, because I don't know if you've heard this, but they were saying like art students are as stressed out as like medical students.
That does not surprise me.
Because, I unlike, I feel like papers and things, you can kind of bullshit a lot, but like art is like you have to put the time in or it shows.
I feel like in a lot of artistic schools too, at least what they did to us in our like acting conservatory is they love to like, they're like, you know, we're gonna grind this into you 12 hours a day, and if you can't cut it out and look to your left, look to your right, one of these people will not be graduating with you. Whoa. Those people are gonna be, they can't take it if you can't take the grind. So some of that stuff's a little extreme in my opinion.
Yeah.
I understand what they're going for, because it is hard, but.
Yeah, I guess it's kind of true.
Stress you out. They like to stress you out with it.
Yeah.
But it's a stressful career, so.
Would you ever get a sketchbook now, Matt, and just like doodle when you can?
If I had the time, I would.
Yeah.
I will eventually. There will be a day where I get back to sketching and making art
and
again.
You retire.
Yeah,
and
back.
You just get that.
Soon enough.
Yeah. I was telling Marisha, I was like, you could just get a sketchbook and like when you guys are on boring meetings and stuff, futz around in it. I feel like problems I struggle with all the time for making it my career is like, it's hard for me to give myself permission to doodle when I know I could be like making something that makes me money or like.
Yeah.
And I'm sure it's kind of similar with y'all made your fun game thing your like career too.
Yeah, and it could be, you could say it's a job, but it's not a 9 to 5 because we have a lot to do and we take a lot of pride in what we do and we have a lot of ideas and we're a very small team trying to do a lot of things.
Yeah.
And so it ends up being a lot of us trying to do more than we should be. But it's worth it.
What?
It's worth it to us. It's worth it to our community. So I don't, we don't burn ourselves out necessarily, but we are careful to ensure that we don't.
I have enough trust in you guys where I'm like, they're gonna take care of, like they care so much about every aspect of the stuff they're putting out there. And I found that out even more when I started like doing the show and getting to know you guys more. It's like really cool and fascinating to see some of the behind the scenes stuff and how much you guys care.
You've gotten some glimpses of the chaos.
Yeah. And even the past couple cons, like I've had my like table visits have increased immensely with like critters coming to say hi.
That's awesome.
Like,
I love that.
Yeah, and tell us like how great Pub Draw is. Someone like made stickers and I gave some to Marisha. That's our logo and stuff.
Oh, I love that.
But it's like so fun and what a great, like comparative to some other fandoms and communities, like there's something really special about y'all.
There really is.
I think it's definitely you guys cultivate it for sure. Like people are drawn to that because y'all are good people and the people that like it are good people. That's pretty cool.
Oh, thank you. I'm proud of this community.
Coming from comics, it is like a big warm hug. Fair
enough.
It's been very lovely to be a part of. I'm kind of playing with this hair shape. I want it to be a little more interesting than what I have going on, so. Is that the anime in me wanting to jazz it up? I think maybe.
Could be.
In doing his goatee.
Yeah, you guys can.
I guess it's kind of up to
do whatever you want. Yeah, like if you look at Ariana's, it's really just the bottom. Like I kind of did the.
Right, she's just.
Or you could use Matt's like facial hair as reference too if you want to go real realistic, but it's really up to you. And even hers has like a little braid that comes out, and then I did mine in like a ponytail. Hers is kind of like that shaped. And it's got like a gold piece. But I'm more of like a genie in the lamp situation of mine.
What just happened with mine? It got weird. Did it get weird?
Well, you're just adding some hair,
Too much
right?
hair, yeah.
It's up to you. It's
There's
gonna
his chin.
is gonna be long because he decided to grow a goatee, like a ponytail out at the bottom of it. So I don't think you need to stress out too bad. That's the look he decided to go for.
Look, Gilmore knew what he was getting into when he committed to this.
He is extra, and he is extra with the goatee. Okay. I like that so far. I'm gonna do, so there's my face. How are you doing, Matt? I'm barely having it. He's great!
Kind of took some aspects of yours and kind of made it my own a little bit.
Yeah, I love it.
I'm still trying to figure out how to put a ponytail on a beard.
It's good that we had you for the last episode, because I feel like if we had you toward the beginning and you're just like boom, boom, boom.
That was Travis. Travis came in here and just like bulldozed all of our expectations.
Travis was really good. Also,
fair.
Sam's was freakishly annoyingly good.
Yeah, but I don't want to give him any more compliments. I don't want his head to get any bigger than it already is. Like, we have to tamper him down weekly.
Good fucking luck, you guys.
Trust me, I know. When I say we've been really busy, half of it's just keeping him contained. Not true.
No, on the show, I was like, at the end of it, I was like, that is annoyingly good. Great job, Sam.
It irritates me how
I'm so
talented
proud of
all of
my
our friends are.
It really is really funny. I feel like a lot of pub draw watchers will be like tweeting like, do they need to be good at everything? Let's see.
I'm gonna color a little bit on this. So
move this over. Okay. Fun. I love him so far. Okay. So I'm gonna do this hand.
Oh man, you were trying to do his hand?
So that angle is so foreign to me. I'm doing that thing I was mentioning earlier where I'm just like literally looking at the shapes and not thinking about a hand, if that makes sense. I'm just like drawing the shapes I see. And that combined with my knowledge of hands usually gets me to like the right place.
I need to give him pupils. It's starting to be a problem.
Yeah.
He doesn't have
You might want to
irises.
squint his, or move this bottom lid up a little bit if you want to get that like
little bit more of that
sass.
Okay.
Yeah.
Squinty sass, squinty sass. Okay. It's like, let me check my angle here. Cause trying to.
So Matt, is all your 24 hours a day, 7 days a week always like absorbed?
just for right now, it's a little intense because a lot of projects all hit at once.
Yeah.
A lot of things that I would kind of agreeing to, and like critical related, not critical related,
yeah.
voiceover related. It's just this next month and a half is going to be kind of insane.
Yeah. Summer always like hits hard. I feel
It does.
like.
I'm happy to have it. I've spent many sallow years with nowhere near the opportunity,
Yeah.
and desperately clinging to any possibility to make enough money to pay off my
Yeah.
rent and
That's what
bills.
you have
So
to
like,
do. You gotta just be like, I know I'm really busy right now, but we're bragging. No, it's fine.
no,
We earned it. But it's nice to.
Well, the thing is that all this can go away right after.
Yeah,
This is the thing.
yeah.
It's so easy for all this to just vanish, and knowing that, trying to ensure that you work as hard as you can while the opportunity's there, and prepare for when the times lull again.
Yep.
It's the freelancer lifestyle.
You go squirrel away the nuts.
Yeah.
Working on Motor Crush has like done a neat thing for me where, I did a full-time job and then I went straight to Batgirl, and so I didn't really go full-time freelance. I just like started working for DC, and like the neat thing with Motor Crush kind of helped me realize in between the arcs we'll take a break, and I have to kind of figure out, okay, like how am I gonna make money during this break? Like maybe I'll have a project lined up, and this last one I really didn't, and I was just like, oh, you know what? I'll just like take a bunch of commissions and like make my own money, and it made me realize like I could do it on my own.
That's pretty cool.
And I was like, yeah. And now it's like really hard to get back into I'm gonna finish Motor Crush because it's my child or whatever. But like now I'm just like, oh man, I like don't have to like work those horrible hours. I'm like, but yeah, because kind of comics kind of found me, so it's like fun to do for a short time, but I could not sustain a life doing that career. It's just too much. It's too much.
That's kind of why you ended up not going into animation.
Yeah.
Right, babe?
Yeah, I met with a bunch of animators who were super talented and loved it and were passionate about it, but they were also very realistic with the amount of hours and the reasons for drawing and kind of the level of patience it takes and to have vision for what the final form will be versus the time it takes to get there to see the animation completed. And I think I discovered that what I get out of art wasn't congruent
with animation,
with what animation could produce. And I have so much. That's why I have so much love and respect for people that are animators, incredible artists, and like I live vicariously through our community.
1,000%. Like I said that a couple times on the show. Like they you have to be so hardworking and so talented to do like every angle ever, and then like constantly, and then continuously, and then over and over again, and then very fast because the schedules are horrible. And
yeah.
My roommate in school was an animator, and I saw how hard she was working, and I remember thinking about it for a second, and I was like, no. I was like, no.
I have so much respect for that, and a little part of me kind of still does the kind of like, well, what if, type scenario. So like, yeah, I live vicariously through a lot of our community in general, but our animators and folks all around that space, definitely.
I got to meet y'all's intro artist. One of them, they had tabled at Kami.
Kami, yeah.
Kami was at Emerald's, or C2E2. I got to meet her.
I'm so jealous we haven't met her yet in person.
Yeah, she's super nice, and we were geeked out about Girl stuff, and we saw each other, and she had these cool prints that were like hologram.
I saw the lenticulars that animated.
Lenticulars, yeah, when you like moved it animated and stuff. So kind, so talented. She would do these first couple episodes of Pub Draw. They were like an hour and a half or 2 hours, and she would have this like animation of like Keyleth like turning her head, and like the wind was blowing
she's
and
like,
stuff.
She's like, just something I whipped up in an hour.
No, she's not like that at all. But yeah, it was very cool. This pinky's more going in. Yeah. How you doing, Mar? He's great.
I'm giving him like a little bit of like different shape to his beard.
Yeah,
I don't know.
That's
maybe
fun.
he like cuts, like trims cool shapes into it or something.
When did I see that first in like movies? There was a cool, The Matrix, and then The Fifth Element. I feel like had some beards. And
they did it in Hunger Games.
Hunger Games. That dude had the crazy beard.
Yeah.
Oh, so funny. And like so telling, because it was also kind of like too much.
Oh,
and, like,
yeah. It was such a good character element. Because the amount of maintenance that would take. You gotta do that every day.
And, like how pompous and like pretty you must find yourself to like do. A lot like Brian and his hair. No, I'm just kidding. I love you, Brian.
Jerry, go get a blow dryer.
But yeah, we were talking about a lot like we'll get into like how costuming comes in movies and in animations, and like how it can tell so much of a character. And it's fun to hear how you guys like describe your characters and how you describe NPCs, because it's so telling what people choose to like put on their backs, and like I love that stuff. I think I would, if I didn't do art, like an alternative universe would be like costuming for.
Oh yeah.
Can you sew? Do you know how to do any type of like sewing?
So like my mom was a seamstress.
That's awesome.
when she was still alive, she was a seamstress, and it was really fun. She had a whole workroom with like several huge industrial sewing machines, and whenever I had like a art problem or craft problem or something, she'd just be like, oh, just like do this, and she'd like whip out a button and like a tassel and like some like, you know, fabric glue and like like everything you could possibly want was like in this like workroom downstairs. And one thing I also admire her a lot about is, you know, that seamstress business, like she owned it and started it on her own to like make extra money. And like my dad, her husband, was like, you're not gonna succeed, like don't do that, like da 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 da. Yeah, like he's great, he's better now, but back in the day he like wasn't as supportive, and Mom was just like, fuck that, fuck you, watch me do this thing. And she
Good
like
for her.
she like did it, and
Good for her for not like listening.
I think that's something to say if you stick to your guns, and like because of her and her like belief in me, that's like totally why I stuck with art and thought I could do it and stuff.
I love that.
Yeah.
Good mom.
She's a good mom. But yeah, so she, I would think more along the lines of like, I would like to go and like be one of the buyers and stuff that would like shop and think about how to like accessorize and clothes. Like, I don't know if I would want to like do the busy work that is the sewing, but maybe like designing and thinking about the world on a whole. Yeah. Along with like the set and stuff.
On those bigger production shoots, like when it's like an NBC or like something mainstream, I used to have friends who used to do that, and they'd be like, it's crazy. They just give us a budget of like $50K and we hit Rodeo Drive and we're like just buying red bottoms. Cash is definitely not ours. I'm like, yeah, that sounds pretty magical, I'm not gonna lie.
I like want to befriend that person just to like go in there and like just slap down that like corporate movie credit card. We'll take all the suits.
So yeah, that's why everyone looks so nice.
Big mistake.
Yeah. Yes. A little pretty woman up in here.
Okay. I might start inking mine. Okay. This really makes me smile. This is fun. I like drawing, guys. Who knew? Okay.
How are you doing over there, lovely?
I'm hanging in.
You're hanging in?
I know.
I'm in the hand stage.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's great.
It's always been my least favorite.
It looks so good.
Did my advice like kind of help if you just look at it like shapes instead of, and then like combine it with what you know? I'm gonna make
it did help.
Bigger. Are you excited about that? Must be cool. Like you want to be an animator, and now you're like stories getting animated.
Yeah, it's I found a different path.
Better end of the deal, baby, because you're just like you created this world, and then everybody else has to do all the hard work for the animating.
But I'm gonna try and do my best to try and interface with and meet with the animators.
Yeah.
And like once again, like live vicariously through this experience.
Yeah, for sure.
I kind of backdoored my way into what I eventually, long ago, wanted to do.
Yeah.
So I want to try and experience and appreciate it.
Okay.
Let's see, so like
I'm gonna ink, so I'm not gonna do all this little hairs because I'm going to redraw them anyway.
she's got like a drapey robe. I'm kind of just draping it right here, and it's like there's always like little fabric creases, right? How would you do? Did you do like?
Yeah. So.
Do you go like with the direction of?
You want to think about like the point of tension. So like fabric is going to be pulling like at his neck and like at his elbows. It'll be kind of gathering, and so like I've got the and you can kind of see even on Matt's shirt and stuff, you can see the creases, and then I'm just kind of exaggerating them.
Oh yeah, I see what you're saying.
But yeah, so like it's kind of would be, his hand is bent and his elbow's out, so fabric would be kind of pulling from there, and then here. Man, it's hard. I still half the time I'll reference it if I really need to get it perfect.
You just kind of have to like wing it a little bit.
Eventually, you kind of learn how to bullshit it pretty good, or like do it very, very well and correctly. Like, I remember I learned so much of it when I was on Batgirl. Cameron Stewart, amazing illustrator at Cameron M. Stewart on Twitter and Instagram. He's amazing. He was doing the layouts, and like he was doing them so detailed, and I kept telling him, I was like, Cameron, like, I'm pretty good, so you don't have to like add all that detail into your layouts. But I think it was his first time doing layouts, so he had a hard time pulling back. Right. But so much of, you could tell he's just been drawing action and costumes and clothes for so long, because he knew exactly how a jacket would like flap behind someone, and like
so cool.
The reason I even kind of can do it kind of okay today is because I did so many things like that for Batgirl.
Yeah, that's so cool.
But you know what I'll do? If you go to that Pinterest board that I've been talking about this whole time, there are some really great clothing reference folders that you can dig into, and it would like tell you. So there's like going to be fabric coming from back pulling to the front, kind of at the armpit, behind the neck, you know, anywhere where it would like fold and kind of be pulled on. I like Ariana's like, okay, I'm gonna not do details on the sketch, because then, how are we doing on time? Oh, okay, great.
Great.
Dang,
Look at that.
You're so fast today.
Oh my gosh. Might actually get some color on this Gilmore.
Oh, that would be fun.
I want to play with the coat
I think he'd appreciate it.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna ink him.
And give him awesome earrings because he's Gilmore.
Yeah.
He's gotta have awesome earrings.
Yeah, feel free to jewelry him up, everybody.
Yeah, that's the other thing, is like how like necklaces and stuff fall.
Yeah,
around
so
necks.
You gotta. I would just think about, get back into the idea of looking at everything in a geometry type of situation. So like, his neck has a cylinder shape, so like the necklace would wrap around, and then his chest would come out a little bit.
Right,
so it would
kind of poof a bit.
Yes, exactly.
Let me try it again. Had the right idea, I just didn't nail it. So let's see, we wrap around and then we pop out a bit. That's not the worst. That's livable.
I'm kind of giving him, I do this on Tony Stark all the time too, but because Robert Downey Jr. plays him, but I like to give those guys, whenever I draw them, like little bottom lashes.
Oh, yeah.
And it just adds a little something extra.
Oh, yeah, no, he'd totally be eyelinered out and bottom lashes, definitely. Interesting point too. He'd probably have long lashes as well.
Huh?
He'd have long top lashes as well.
Oh yeah.
There we go. There, that's a pretty boy.
Yeah.
Pretty boy.
You guys sound like me talking to Gizmo.
Oh, how is Gizzy?
He's good. Danny's about to watch him for me for
For a very long time.
a very long
now.
time. Thank you, Danny. When I'm going to Armageddon Con, and we're gonna go to Weta Workshop, which I'm so excited about, and go see Hobbiton and stuff. But yeah, Danny's gonna watch the gizzards.
That dog is the best.
He is.
He's
I'm so sad. So it's actually my brother's dog, and Joe got a job teaching, and Gizmo's like regulation too big for any crate to fly, so he needed somebody to watch him. So I said I would, and he's coming back to get him at the end of the semester.
No.
So I know. So I don't know. I'm really like, maybe I'll get a doggy. Yeah, because it's been really fun, and I always thought about it. He's my real first thing I'm taking care of. That's my full responsibility. Like, I grew up with animals, but mom or whatever was always actually making sure they lived.
Yeah.
Got fed and all that stuff.
If her kid's like, y'all take care of him, I swear.
Yeah, right.
Come on, Mom.
All the promises in the vet, like, oh yeah, totally.
I could be responsible.
Do that. So, if I'm unsure about decisions I'm gonna make, I'll do a new layer. So like, especially like hair. So like I might change it up a little bit from my sketch. So put on new layers so I don't have to redraw his face and stuff.
So for details, you recommend inking some of the parts first and then going in?
Yeah, so what I would do if you're, definitely do the big shapes and then get down to the little ones, but tape. Oh my gosh, you look so good. You did the chest a little bit.
Oh, I did a little bit. I decided to do a little bit.
There's not enough. Superheroes are so smooth, and like literally the only hairy one is like Wolverine, and so whenever I get a chance to like give a character some chest hair, I'm always
You're
like
all
jumping
about
at it.
I'll give him a little bit of a, for his undershirt.
Yeah, when you
I
start
figured the
inking,
sleeves
let me
purple,
know.
kind of based off of this.
Yeah, I love
purple in there,
this.
but then I just said, just make the purple kind of just a low cut undershirt. I think will work fine.
Yeah, I got you.
Should I start inking
And
now?
that's like great too, because then you're not like totally riffing off of what Ariana did. You always want to kind of do your own spin on something.
Yeah.
Whoops. Yeah, if you feel like you're ready.
Ready?
Yeah, his little bobbles and stuff. I love
Yeah.
it. Yes, queen.
I wanted to give him
Marisha's got
butterfly eyeliner.
some Death from Sandman situations happening over here.
I dig it.
Straight up.
Okay. What were some of your favorite animations growing up, Matt? Did you watch anime?
I watched anime heavily when I hit high school.
Yeah.
And
Really? That's kinda
but I
neat.
watched anime before I knew it was anime. For instance,
Oh, that's
like
true, yeah.
Unico and the Island of Magic when I was like super young. Things like that were just kind of emerging over here in the U.S. But like I grew up with Looney Tunes and Tex Avery cartoons and
So like the slapsticky American
slapsticky
stuff,
American
like,
style
got you?
originally. Well, that I just grew up on that because my dad raised me on it.
Yeah.
And then from there, I don't know. I just love the whole. Then Disney films then absorbed me, and Don Bluth stuff like Secret of Nim.
Yeah.
Really kind of changed my perspective on
Bluth
like
has
good dark stories.
Yeah. Yeah, his stories are something else to compete with like sticking in your heart and your head like Disney's do.
Yeah. So like those all kind of help solidify that. Oh, you can tell really comparatively mature stories with beautiful animation. American Tail, stuff like that, just kind of really enthralled me at a young age.
Yeah. Sometimes there were some movies where I like never wanted to watch again, even though they're like Lion King. I know it's amazing, but like anytime there's like a dead parent situation,
Ooh, yeah.
it was like really not a movie I would like want to rewatch.
Sure.
Or if I did, I would just like fast forward through those bits.
Yeah. Understandably.
But yeah, some of those old school animations are like so dark. What's that one with the mouse mom?
That's Secret of Nim.
Yeah.
That's the Don Bluth thing where like it's so good.
I can imagine them making something like that today.
Oh yeah, no, they wouldn't, which is unfortunate. We're too protective of our children. We must not teach our kids that life has loss and tragedy to better prepare them for a future in which life is practically nothing but loss and tragedy at times. I don't know. I remember back when the first Transformers movie came out in theaters, and parents were complaining so angrily about the death of Optimus Prime and how dare they trick their kids into having to deal with
a trauma.
With a trauma like this, and kids leaving the theater crying, and yet most of those kids now grow up with a very strong idea of what heroism and sacrifice means.
Yeah.
And those to me are important stories.
And they remember that forever.
Oh yeah.
They remember it forever. I don't know. Yeah, it's interesting.
I'm a big believer in, yes, be guarded and be careful with the stories. You should be with the stories that your children consume, but you also shouldn't shy away from difficult topics. You just should be present and help them through the experience.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Man.
On that note, let's give away some stuff in the chat.
Yeah, sorry. Hey, guys.
Because everyone loves free stuff. Okay, we are giving away a new Wacom Intuos. I'm about to give you a keyword. Only enter it once. If you enter it more than once, you'll be disqualified. Wah wah. Right now, this offer is only good for residents of the United States and Canada, excluding Quebec. For the official rules that I don't make, sorry Quebec, follow the link in the chat or go to critroll.com. The keyword is sigil.
Thanks.
Sigil. Keep an eye on your whispers and we will close the contest in 5 minutes.
It will haunt me till the end of my days.
And the winner will be announced in chat because remember, we're in the past.
What's it like to get burns forever, Matt?
It keeps you humble. Definitely.
Okay, I'm gonna try and not.
Yeah. Talk to me, Marisha.
No, it's good. Just once you get into inking, it's like
Yeah, it's the fun part because you figure everything out.
Start inking then?
and I'm trying to be like
you ready?
zen.
Yeah, he looks
Why
great.
not? Why not?
Yeah, it's not worth doing more detail, with the pencil when you're gonna ink and stuff. Try that marks on the side just to make sure.
Yeah, that's good.
That's one of my favorite pins ever. And since you're more, that's okay. You guys I got some for the show. You wreck it all you want. And since you're kind of advanced, Matt, these are some other ones that I really love. And feel free to pick them up and see if you like them better. I was telling everybody a couple episodes ago for Inktober, there's this website called Jet Pens, and what they'll do is send you a whole variety pack of amazing inking tools, and then you can kind of draw with them and see which one you like the most and stuff.
Okay.
So it's fun. But yeah, try those out.
Thank you.
Back up.
Make sure he looks correct.
You're doing good.
He doesn't look wonky in any way, right? I'm kind of drawing him on a flat, you know, for cameras and whatnot.
Yeah, I think.
So sometimes you pick it up and he looks different.
I want to give him more chin on the side of his face.
I just inked his chin on that side of the face.
No, it's fine. Everything is fixable. Remember I told you guys that last episode? We'll just take some white and go over that.
See what's happening.
Yeah. I think that should help.
Help whiten his face out a little bit more.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, I can fix that.
And then what we'll do, like you can just draw the rest of his chin, which would do that. That's the back, that's the side of that beard anyway. And then we can just white out this a little bit.
Chunk, okay.
If we need it. Yeah.
Okay.
It could just be his like jawbones, just like super cut. That's one of those, we'll cross that bridge when we get there situations. Oh, whoops.
This is good. This will show fixing a line.
Oh yeah, and I got that white out over there in case we, not that I assume that you would mess up, Marisha, but just in case.
It is very safe to assume that I will mess up.
Just in case, I bought that out so we could do fixes with it if we need to. So when did acting start from a shy kid to acting?
A combination of being in high school and getting heavily into role-playing games, D&D, like kind of deciding to Dungeon Master began to pull me out of my shell a bit and began to, you know, all these characters I used to draw in my sketchbooks, I would then give them voices, and then I would give them physicality because you draw them in certain poses, and then I began to find myself kind of acting vicariously through that. And then after school one day, Mr. Kilpatrick, who was the theater teacher at my high school, saw me waiting to be picked up, and I was just sketching on the side of the pickup area, and he was like, he started talking to me for a bit, and then he was like, "You ever interested in doing any theater?" And I was like, "No, not really, it's not my thing." And he goes, "Why don't you just audition for this show for me if you don't mind?"
Yeah.
And he convinced me. I was like, "I'll give it a shot," and I ended up booking a role, and that kind of was my first taste of it. And I was like, "Okay, this is interesting," and I fell in love with it immediately. Kind of the process of taking these stories and these characters and giving them life. And,
yeah, very similar to animation, but totally very different. So you're always kind of wanting to storytell in some way.
Yeah, and I think that's what it comes down to. Is I think storytelling is just too important to me as a person, who I am, and I just have to find the right outlet for it.
Yeah, interesting. Shout out to high school teachers in the arts situation that help you figure out and find that kind of thing. My high school teacher wasn't so great, but my middle school one was like a huge advocate for me, and I'm so thankful.
Aww.
Yeah, it really is like these little teachers along the way, all that little support.
I think people that fight all that are also super impressive. Like, I don't know if I would be where I am without my mom just being like, yeah, you're gonna be fine.
It'll be great.
And
Yeah.
then like my teachers fighting, like seeing something in me and like fighting for it. But like I have some friends where like no one's told them like they'd be any good and they still just like go for it. Like, I don't know if I could have done that. I wouldn't be
Done
the
that
same
without the
person.
support, right.
Yeah. I think it's very impressive.
Yeah.
Giving them some.
My high school drama teacher, Miss Chandler, made sure she did stuff like when the packet came to the school for the Governor's School for the Arts, she was like, you have to go do this. Whereas I think many teachers would have just thrown it away.
Yeah.
And she knew that I would have been interested in it and convinced me to go do it.
That was for acting
Like for
too?
acting, yeah, I was 16. And it like really kind of started propelling my, you know, my interest in acting.
Yeah, shout out to high school teachers and middle school teachers that like
Just in general, man.
help. Yeah, teachers in general for sure.
Like if I didn't go into what I'm doing now, like teaching, I think was another avenue I was looking at because I just like the idea of teaching, of trying to take people and show their potential.
Yeah.
Show them their potential, but also just, I don't know, I've always loved knowledge, and I think that the good teachers that I had growing up had such a profound impact on me that I like the idea of having that kind of an impact on another person.
Yeah. Yeah, when they like, you know, those teachers changed our lives forever.
And our education system doesn't really show enough appreciation
No,
for
it
the
doesn't.
teachers out there that work so hard and don't make anywhere near as much money as they deserve.
It's insane how underappreciated the arts are. Because if you think about it, everything we use and see in our lives was designed by someone
By
that someone
art,
had to
yeah.
like, think about and put on paper.
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
man.
And I don't know, it's just insane
Everything you consume.
how you think is like because advertisers and like an artist like help design, you know, the colors of every season and the clothes on your back. Like it's just crazy.
The arts are important.
They're so important. I remember looking for jobs versus some of my friends looking for jobs and just having I think I said this on our long chatted one. We talked portfolio stuff a lot, but I was
Right.
just like, just having something where you could see what I could do versus a paper thing was also just like so nice. I can't imagine. Oh, I think it's the other way.
This is such a nice kind of meditative theme.
Yeah.
It really is.
Everybody loves the theme
Everyone
song.
loves it.
Wish was like, yeah, just like buy some royalty-free music for $1,000
And then
go
you can
have
get it.
Okay. How are y'all doing?
I'm pretty good. It's getting there, yeah.
Yeah, I like this curly Q over there.
This little curlicue.
Yeah.
Wait, this curlicue or this curlicue?
This one.
This one, yeah. I was giving him a little
humid out that
kinky.
day.
Yeah, exactly.
A little mole there, why not?
He's looking so good. Is it fun to redraw after 20 years?
It is. I miss it, man. I really do.
You pick it up so quickly, though.
Yeah, I bet if you I was telling Marisha, you guys could sign up for like, or not even sign up. You could just go to like a life drawing class and pay $25 or whatever, and
It's true.
have some.
We should do that for a date, baby.
I'd like that actually. Let's do that.
Babs, we've been talking about doing that together
You should
anyway.
let me crash your date.
Yeah.
No, you guys should do it. It'd be really fun.
That would be fun, just like a thing to go out and do though together.
And these other ones, I don't know if it was a while ago, so I don't know if it maybe became problematic or not since, but there used to be these ones called Dr. Sketchies and life drawing, and what they would do is that it would be like a burlesque girl or like somebody in costume or some people in cosplay and stuff, and they would do like these like poses, and like if like going to see a nude person is maybe not your jam.
Sure.
Or it's like kind of scary. See if they Google if it's still around. I think it is. Google Dr. Sketchies and see if there's one nearby. Because if you're in a major city, there usually is a chapter there, and
That's great.
they have fun classes like
Say
that.
one thing. Nudity no longer affects you when you've done a crap ton of life drawing.
Oh yeah, it's like it's not even a thing. A lot of things don't like. Didn't shock me anymore after art school.
Cool, yeah.
I'm sure being in LA and acting for a while was very similar.
There's that too, yeah.
Yeah.
Many friends who went to Cal Arts and had many stories. I was like, oh, maybe my fragile, inexperienced young Matt mind would have been shattered 18 different ways if I had gone.
I think that's interesting with your career path, Matt, where it's like, and all of us really like finding out what makes you happy and like what you think will make you happy is one thing versus another.
Two
Very,
different
very
things,
different things, yeah.
Like the idea of success when you get into art school, especially from my specific, in this case, from my specific department, was like being full-time freelance and like it was very editorial driven because all of our teachers are editorial illustrators. Those are like the illustrations that are in magazines when you see an article and stuff. That was all their careers, and that was what we learned a lot in school. And so when you graduated, that's kind of what we thought we would all be doing, and then it kind of exploded into all this like 2D art and game art and stuff like that. Like a lot of more jobs happened, but having a full-time job was like never something I thought I was gonna get. And
oh my God, Matt and I were just having that conversation the other day. I was bracing to eat ramen
coffee
and
shop to subsidize my art.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I was there for it.
Yeah, and it was luckily not. I got a full-time job out of school and stuff, but and I did that for a while, and then I thought, it would be kind of cool to work on my own thing. But I was out to dinner with my friend last night, and she's a storyboard artist, and she works for companies, and she has these deadlines and hours to go to work and stuff, and like those restraints make her happy, and that's her definition of like success, and that's not necessarily the same that I would want or what would be right for me. And I think that's something to think about if you do want to pursue the arts in some way, like what.
Some people like the accountability of having like a schedule, and which I get completely. And
like maybe you want to do animation to tell stories, but there's all these different ways to tell stories and stuff today. So it's just like you just kind of gotta look
many options.
Figure it out. Okay.
I mean, look at Noelle Stevenson just exploding out of art school from her webcomic.
So crazy.
Both her and Ashley Birch have two of the craziest career trajectories I've ever seen with Noelle and got to watch with Birch over the past.
Yeah.
God, I've known her for 9 years, I want to say, around.
Wow.
And I remember like when she came out to LA and she was in college and she didn't have a voice demo yet, and I helped her put one together. It was a really shitty demo. I didn't have a lot of experience, but it was something.
It worked.
I remember her going like, I really want to try this voiceover thing, and now she's just so incredible.
Wow. Yeah, Noelle, I heard about, because she went to my same art school.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Micah, they pop out some good ones.
With Molly as well?
Yeah. And I remember, because I was friends with one of the teachers for a little bit after school, and he was like, there's this girl, and she's like already famous, and da-da-da. And I was like, whoa. It's neat what you can achieve these days.
Whoa!
I know it seems like I'm doing a crazy thing right now, but I'm just outlining Gilmore, and I'm gonna fill him in a solid color in a second here.
Yeah, I would love to throw. We got like 10 minutes or so left. But man, hope everyone's Gilmores at home are going good. How's he feeling?
He's doing great. He's super fun.
Not too bad. There's something, what did I, oh, this, okay. One thing is a collar and one thing is, I confused myself with what's what. This is his clothes and then this is that, but I just got, but
that's fine.
I think.
Yeah, I don't think you messed it up or anything.
No, just.
I'd do a little line here for like a neck or, oh, I guess it's this thick one.
Yeah, he's kind of like doing that, but like, you know, can get a little definition there. Not too bad.
Do you want to try that big brush for his hair, that dark hair?
Yes,
Let's see.
I do.
Oh, this one's pretty good too. Here, you try both of them. Is this your scrap piece down here?
Yeah, that's a scrap.
This is really great for big fat areas too.
Oh geez, oh geez. Is this for inking? This is like an inking fatty?
Yeah, wait, that's an old one. The tip's not as great as it. Yeah, that's more.
Oh boy.
It's got more ink in it. Sometimes I'll keep the old ones if I want to get like a texture, you know?
Oh yeah, sure.
So sometimes they're good to keep just in case.
And then we're on a timer. I'm like, oh, how do I finish up some of this stuff quickly?
I know, right?
So wait, should I just fill his hair in, do you think?
Yeah, if you want to. And then you've got your gray Copics, and there's some colors over there too if you want to go crazy. Well, I have time. We have 10 minutes.
We've got some other surprises waiting for you guys at the end of the episode.
Yeah, yeah, stick around.
Stick around. You know, I feel like we've come a long way
We have.
this season.
Especially you, Marisha.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I feel like, you know, I'm still relying on watching you a lot, but I feel like I have to like go to Mama Babs less often and be like, help me.
Yeah. It's
I need an
definitely less
adult.
often. And that first episode, I felt like I couldn't even do my own drawing. Like I was like over your shoulder so much.
You were, yeah, very much so.
Every week, watching Marisha come home with a new art piece and watching the progression has been so awesome.
Yeah,
I'm so proud of her.
It was one of the reasons I was so reluctant to let you do digital like right away, because it's cool to have a piece. Like it's cool to have a piece of art at the end that's like on paper. But Wacom's great. Definitely get a Wacom. It's great for digital stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's something special about having something physical.
And Yeah, it's con season coming up, so Babs, I know you're gonna be a little bit of everywhere.
Yeah, it's gonna be crazy. I'm gonna try to do Dragon Con. That's still up in the air. I want to. I want to do that one. What else do I have? I can't think of the other ones. I might not all go too ham. We'll see. I did something kind of bold yesterday, and I don't know if they'll go for it. But have you guys heard of the Joko cruise?
Yeah.
Heard about ages.
I emailed them because you miss all the shots you don't take, guys. Okay, and I emailed them the other day, and I was like, hey, maybe you guys want a comic artist guest.
I hear it's great.
Yeah, it looks so fun.
I wanted to go for ages.
Yeah, we've debated it. It's just
we're not cruise people.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, the idea. I mean, we did one cruises a couple years ago, like one of those really cheap Carnival cruises, and we had a good time in spite of it. But I don't know. There's something about the tiny little rooms, and probably the food was.
Also, you guys did the most Bobo cruise line.
I know.
Yeah, we did.
Mind you, it was what we could afford. Okay.
Yeah.
It is a different experience because not that I have brought this myself. When I was younger, my parents took us on Princess Cruise Line, and that was really fun. And we had kind of like me and my brother had like a neighboring room of our own next to our parents and stuff. We had a good time. Yeah, I don't know. Plus, like, it seems like they do a bunch of like funny, more nerd stuff, so maybe it'd be more entertaining and stuff.
I've had friends I've wanted to go for a long time, partially just so I could see Jonathan Colton again if he's on there.
Yeah.
Love that man.
I think I'm gonna just get tickets and go anyway if they don't even have me as a guest because it just looks really fun. And a bunch of me and my D&D party were like talking about doing it together as well because we have to Skype in because we do all of them are on the west or the East Coast.
Look at that mess of chest hair.
Yeah.
That is terrifying.
I love it. So am I making you uncomfortable, crew?
No, we love it. We're trying to think of the celebrity doppelganger.
Oh, for each of our guys. That's another problem with celebrities. They don't really rock their chest hair either.
I know. As a very well body hair endowed man, I am sad that there is not enough representation in modern media for men with a lot of body hair.
I would have never guessed, Matt.
Look at my arms. Are you kidding me?
Oh yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
He's Scottish.
Yeah, it's in my lineage. We had to live places when it was cold.
You needed that extra fur.
Apparently.
I like his furriness.
I'm glad you better. You gotta deal with it more than anybody.
So I have a question though. Were you into it before you met Matt?
That's a trick question, Babs.
Is it?
That is a trick question. I've never minded it, no.
Yeah.
I'm not one of those people that get weirded out by body hair.
Should I use anything to color in his hair to make it dark but not quite as like pitch black? What should I do?
No, he's got a coat on now. He's got that fur sweater on underneath.
Yep.
Come here, pretty colors.
I would add some to his arms and stuff.
May I put way too much chest hair on him?
Maybe way too much. He's got
is that his chest
He's got
hair?
like that Austin Powers like solid patch.
I was like, it doesn't look right. I'll add more. It doesn't look right. Add more. And that always works well.
I thought it was like a super elaborate beaded.
Yeah, it's chainmail, guys.
Yeah.
No, you guys, you come on my show, you try to make this stuff fast. No, it looks great.
It's great.
You could literally just make it a patterned shirt though.
There you go. I'll do that.
Some hair up
I'll do
here.
that.
This is when you kind of like maybe mess up or it didn't turn out the way you thought, and we're just gonna make it work for us. I'm gonna make her get more or less orange. There we go.
It's a really cool patterned shirt, guys.
These markers are so fun.
Much better.
Now, you should add more patterns and stuff because I feel like that is standing out right now. So maybe take some inspiration from Ariana's like cool, beautiful coat
Should I
and
use the
stuff.
same ink?
Yeah, if you want to, or we've got
Should we do something
colors
lighter,
and
maybe?
stuff.
I got
Yeah,
colors.
Can you hand us the grayscale? Give us this grayscale ones. Yeah, here.
Pink.
These are great, and they have all kinds of grays. So
Oh,
like the
cool.
tips are kind of Matt, look at you! You grabbed that like a kid in a candy store. I love it.
Boy, I'm excited. I'm very excited. That one had a top off. Okay, this one here.
And they both have two ends. One's a brush end, and the other one's more of a blunt edge. So you decide which kind of feels better for you to use. If you guys are coloring digitally and you're using Photoshop, a neat thing I like to do, and I wish was on Procreate, this is Magic Wand tool, this one right here. You can select shapes of color, and I can just like kind of color a little more freely. So like now that purple's selected, like nothing can go out of it, and it helps me color in shapes that I want. So like I want to be really lazy and just like block out this shape of yellow, and now I can just fill it in like that. So we're coloring the inside of his sleeve. So you got kind of like the gold situation. So I'll do it one more time over here. I'm gonna gold up his belt. So yeah, that is a great nifty tool.
Feels like I'm coloring in so much real estate, and I don't know if that's smart.
Yeah, so a thing with Copics is the way you move your hand is gonna make different
them-
marks and stuff you've got going on. Or you can't see as clearly, it looks better on the camera. But it's a little bit uneven, and you kind of want to do these like smooth, consistent, speed-wise like zigzags to get that even color. And if you can, if you can end that edge close to like an edge or whatever in that way.
Yeah.
And be careful with this because it might.
Run.
It's fine.
Okay.
I think if we had used this, it would have definitely
been
run.
better. So.
But yeah, that's great. And then that should dry a little more evenly than what you've got going on over there.
Okay. What was it that little girl said? We're drawing big ladies with adult crowns.
Oh my God, that was so funny.
Like the tag, like the most accurate description.
My career.
Your career, just drawing big ladies with adult crowns.
Let's see. You have so much time, so.
Kind of worked better. Kind of, yeah, it feels better.
Yeah. And the bits where it's like pooling a little bit is because you already had marks.
Yeah, you can like overlap.
And you
Understand.
could probably go over that and even it out too eventually, because you can only get so drastic with those markers. Like once you layer it and layer it and layer it,
Right.
it'll eventually
Kind of
even out. But if you move your hand, just right in the beginning,
It'll help.
it'll help.
It kind of has like it does almost like a watercolor situation.
I have this neat trick for bullshitting jewelry sometimes, where I'll draw it. And I'll use some layer effects to add drop shadows and stuff to the jewelry and highlights. And you can kind of cheat. So I'll show that in a second.
About 5 minutes left.
Okay. So yeah, I'll zoom in a little bit. So layer effects is, I know we haven't done a lot of Photoshop stuff, but you go to blending options, you pop this up. I'm very zoomed in, but there you go, thanks guys. So I would keep your eye on this jewelry. So you could add a drop shadow, which would literally add that shadow underneath the jewelry. There we go.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Oh, I see what you're doing. So it looks like it's kind of
It's
lifted
like,
a little.
and it's kind of a neat way to just like cheat that dimension. What else? I could usually do. If you do.
That was a much brighter orange than I anticipated, but you know what? It's okay.
It's Gilmore.
It's Gilmore.
If you do a screen layer on top, you can do some cool glows and stuff on the jewelry. This is like so fast. Yeah. And then if you want it to really glow, do another screen layer. Screen layer is, so there's your layer box. Oh, if you move the camera over to the other side so you can see all my boring gray layers and stuff. Other way. Okay, these are my layers.
So many layers.
When you do a new one, usually it'll be normal, which means it acts like normal. But these are all layer effects. And screen almost always makes something glow. So like those gold highlights is a screen layer. If I was to do it normal, that's like what it would look like. But the screen layer just kind of makes it like glow. So I'm doing one over here. I'm layering another screen layer on top of the one I already did. And I'm gonna see if I can like add some glows to that jewelry.
That's so cute. Oh my gosh, yes.
You know, just bling them out.
That glitters is gold.
What else can I do really fast? That'll do a lot. This is a question I ask all the time when you're doing comics and working. What's little effort, maximum impact? Yeah. I'll do a shadow because we just did shadows last week. So like for shadows, I'll do a light purple like this, and then I'll put it on a multiply layer, and then I'll mask it over the color layer that I have. Clip art, I'm clipping it, not masking. So if you press Alt in between two layers, Option on Mac in between two layers, it'll do that. Okay, I need a little darker.
Gilmore looks so good, babe.
Is it okay?
He looks amazing.
You look so good. I barely had to talk to you. This is amazing. Usually I'm like, oh, there's like a fire going on one side or the other. Literally, Zach had added a fire to the screen one episode.
Oh yeah, was that Sam?
Sam's episode.
His favorite just caught on fire.
Babs on either side
Babs,
of me.
help me, Babs. Well, while you finish that up, I want to tell the great audience what we have whipped up for them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
He's
basically
pretty great. We can get that shadow on there and everything.
Yeah.
He's so, look at him, he's so great.
Gilmore.
Yeah. That glorious boy.
Whoops. There he is.
So good.
There's our sassy Matt reference picture, so not too bad.
Oh my gosh, I love it. Okay, and let's go full screen on Matt's.
I'm still finishing it.
Okay,
up.
Okay, let's go full screen on mine. I didn't really finish coloring mine in because I felt like it was starting to get too much. The more I colored it in, the less I liked it. So I stopped.
That's part in art. It's like knowing when to quit.
Stop? Yeah.
He's really fun
That's my boy. That's our boy. Yeah, I feel pretty happy with him.
Okay.
Okay, that's enough for now. I think we're fine.
Yeah, it looks
Yeah,
great.
let's go full screen on Matt.
Look at what Matt did.
Did a thing.
He did that thing. Yay!
There we go.
So good.
Look at this hand.
I know, I
This,
did the hand
like,
and
come
everything.
on. This is my favorite part.
Yeah.
His very textured shirt. It's got detailed. It's beautiful. It's hand beaded.
Yeah, hand beaded. His hand beaded shirt.
Yeah.
It's chanted.
So
that shirt. He looks great. Everybody is amazing.
I'm so happy.
Thank you so much.
Yeah,
This has been
thanks
awesome.
thanks for coming on.
Of course.
Matt, you should draw. If you're too good to never
So
ever
good.
draw.
I know.
I'm gonna gift you guys sketchbooks and just see what happens.
That is all the time we have for tonight's episode of Pub Draw. Thank you all so much for joining us on this season. Hopefully you learned something about drawing. If you did draw something and you want a chance to win an Intuos Pro, submit your drawing to pubdraw@kurtroll.com. Do us and Danny a favor and do not submit to the email unless you are in one of the qualifying residencies. But please feel free to share your work with us on Twitter with the hashtag PubDraw. For those outside of North America, we will announce the winner on Twitter next week since we won't be here. So be looking out on the Twitters. But before we go, we wanted to share something that we made for you guys this for in honor of this season. Since the whole goal was to be able to draw your own custom D&D character, we made you guys a custom pub draw character sheet that you guys can go and draw your characters on. There are links in the chat. There we go. That's what they look like. There are links to the chat. I think the one that we have available right now is this printer-friendly one. We have a few more colors as well that we will be probably releasing through our website. We just kind of figure out like the right way to do it with like Dropbox and whatnot.
Yeah.
But there are
black
links.
and white one, we're gonna
to the
tweet out.
printer-friendly version one is should be in the chat right now, and you can download it. And remember that even though we are taking a break, we still want to see your artwork.
Please.
And keep
love
arting.
it.
Like, I think if you want to keep getting better, you would have basically enough time to watch the whole season again.
Oh, for sure.
And then once we come back for our second season here in a few months, you'll be ahead of the game.
Maybe on that blog post, I can give you some of those resource links and stuff
and
that
keep
I've
going.
been talking about. We can collect it all in one spot. And
I'm going to keep doing homework too.
keep doing homework. You guys keep learning. Like, take away that curiosity from watching this show and take it. And there's so many great tutorials other than these like really fast, speedy ones where I'm trying to like juggle the children and stuff like that are out there. So like, go out there and find them and
Follow your art heart.
Follow your art heart, and we'll see you season 2.
Yeah, keep drawing, and we'll see you all again soon.
Bye.
Bye, we love you. Thank you guys for watching this season of Pub Draw. Be sure to like and subscribe.
And we'll see you next season.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.